Hi, my name is Ali Reed. Thank you for watching my video. I chose to do my research project on pyramids, specifically focused during the old times in Egypt. The age of the pyramid was one of the earliest eras of pharaonic civilization. It began around 2700 BC and ended about 1750, thus lasting about a millennium and corresponding to what historians now call the Old Kingdom and the Middle Kingdom. A connecting thread running through the whole period is the custom by which pharaohs were buried. Their tombs were enormous pyramids of stone all through the desert like so many symbols of universal power. Egypt's Old Kingdom was dynasties 3 through 6, which dates to 2649 to 2150 BC. It was one of the most dynamic periods in the development of Egyptian art. During this period, artists learned to express their culture's worldview, creating for the first time images in forms that endured for generations. The Old Kingdom is perhaps best known for the large number of pyramids constructed at this time. For this reason, the Old Kingdom is frequently referred to as the Age of the Pyramids. So on to the third dynasty. The first king of the Old Kingdom was Dozier, sometime between 2691 and 2625 BC. He ordered the construction of a pyramid known as the Step Pyramid, or the Pyramid of Dozier, in Memphis necropolis Saqqara. An important person during the reign of Dozier was his vizier, Imhotep. The vizier was the highest official in ancient Egypt to serve the king or the pharaoh. The vizier was usually appointed by the pharaoh. Under King Dozier, the royal capital of Egypt was moved to Memphis, where Dozier established his court. A new era of building was initiated at Saqqara under his reign. This structure, the Pyramid of Dozier, was composed of a series of 6 consequential smaller mastabas, an earlier form of a tomb. The Step Pyramid was very complex. It was enclosed by a 30-foot wall and included courtyards, temples, and chapels covering over nearly 40 acres, which was about the size of a large town in the 3rd millennium BC. In the early mastaba tombs, the Step Pyramid's burial chambers were underground, hidden in a maze of tunnels, most likely to discourage grave robbers. Nevertheless, the tombs were always robbed, and all that remains of Dozier is what we believe to be his left mummified foot. Now, into the 4th dynasty, the Old Kingdom and its royal power reached a peak, which began with King Sneferu, who reigned from about 2613 to 2589 BC. Using more stones than any other king, he built 3 pyramids, a now-collapsed pyramid medium, the Bent Pyramid, and the Red Pyramid, all located at North Dashur, which is more commonly known just south of Cairo, Egypt. Although the full development of the pyramid style of building was not reached at Saqqara, but during the building of the Great Pyramids at Giza. The pyramid medium is thought to originally have been built for Huni, the last pharaoh of the 3rd dynasty, and was continued by Sneferu. Sneferu was a successor to the famous Imhotep, the inventor of the stone-built pyramid. This pyramid has now likely collapsed due to the modifications made to the pyramid design, as well as the decisions taken twice during construction to extend the pyramid. Because of its unusual appearance, the Bent Pyramid is an ancient Egyptian pyramid located at the royal necropolis of Dashur, approximately 40 kilometers south of Cairo. Built under Pharaoh Snefer around 2595 BC, this was a unique example of early pyramid development in Egypt. This was also the 2nd pyramid built by Sneferu. The ancient formal name of the Bent Pyramid is generally translated as the Southern Shining Pyramid or Sneferu Shining in the South. Archaeologists believe that the Bent Pyramid represents a transitional form between the step-sided and smooth-sided pyramids. It has been suggested that due to the steepness of the original angle of inclination, the structure may have begun to show signs of instability during construction. This would force the builders to adopt a shallower angle to avoid the structure's collapse. This theory comes from the fact that the adjacent Red Pyramid, built immediately afterwards by the same pharaoh, was constructed at an angle of 20 degrees shallower from its base. The 2 Dashur pyramids, the Bent Pyramid and the Red Pyramid, were both constructed during the reign of Sneferu. The Bent Pyramid was the first attempt at a smooth-sided pyramid, but ultimately wasn't successful. Sneferu wasn't pleased with this pyramid, so he built another called the Red Pyramid. Getting its name from the red hue the pyramid gives off after a big rain, the Red Pyramid was the first true smooth-sided pyramid. Standing more than 30 stories tall, it is thought to be Sneferu's pride and glory in the place where he is believed to be buried. The Great Pyramid of Giza, also known as the Pyramid of Khufu, is the oldest and largest of the 3 pyramids in the Giza Pyramids complex. It is the oldest of the 7 wonders of the ancient world and the only one to remain largely intact. There are 3 known chambers inside the Great Pyramid. The lowest chamber is cut into the bedrock upon which the pyramid was built and was unfinished. The so-called Queen's Chamber and King's Chamber are higher up within the pyramid structure. The main part of the Giza complex is a setting of buildings that included 2 mortuary temples in honor of Khufu, one close to the pyramid and one close to the Nile. There's 3 smaller pyramids for Khufu's wives and even smaller satellite pyramids, a raised causeway connecting the 2 temples, and even smaller mastaba tombs surrounding the pyramid for the nobles. The Great Sphinx of Giza, in English meaning the terrifying one, father of dread, or in Egyptian Arabic, Horus of the horizon, but it is just commonly referred to as the Sphinx of Giza, or just Sphinx. It was built under supervision of Pharaoh Khafra in 2530 BC. It is a limestone statue of a reclining mythical creature with a lion's body and a human head that stands on the Giza Plateau on the west bank of the Nile in Giza, Egypt. The face of the Sphinx is generally believed to represent the face of the Pharaoh Khafra. The Great Sphinx of Giza may have been erected as a guardian of Khafra's pyramid and as a symbol of royal power.